Hi, I'm Fred Oddchamp. I am a female to male transgender man. I was assigned female at birth, and hopefully through a series of hormone therapies and surgeries, I will slowly become more masculine in body. Um, I'm making this vlog series, hopefully to track my transition from start to whenever I want to end. It's mostly for myself, but, I, I think it'll probably be informative to any trans men who are looking into transitioning, at least in the same way I am. And also just fun to watch because hopefully I'm funny. I would like to think I'm funny. I think for this video, I'm going to start out with some fun facts about myself. I am a senior in high school. I'm going to be graduating this June. Very excited. I like to draw, write, and knit. I also play Dungeons & Dragons. I'm usually a dungeon master because no one likes to be a dungeon master, and I live to play, so if I want to play, I'm usually the one DMing. I really like Moomin Valley. That's really popular right now, I know, but it is, it's a really soft, sweet thing that I like. It's really kind, and I really like kindness. I'm also really into Fraggle Rock, just Jim Henson in general, like the Muppets, not big on Sesame Street since I am not 5. No shade if you like Sesame Street and you're older than the target audience, though, I get it. I shouldn't be watching Fraggle Rock at age 17. Who cares, though? I am in a therapy group for transgender teens, after high school, I'm hoping to attend a community college in one of my 2 hometowns. Parents are divorced, so I spend weekends at one house and go to school at another, but you don't get to know where. I collect antique bottles. Currently, my bottle collection is at my other house, but I'm very proud of it. It's got, an absurd amount of bottles. One of them fell behind my dresser. Okay, I can't get to it right now because I'd have to move my dresser to get to it, and there's a bunch of stuff both in and on top of it, and I'm worried it would fall over. I mean, if it fell, it would only go on top of my chair, but it would still be kind of a bitch to put up. I shouldn't cuss. I'm not getting monetized anyway. Who cares? I also do theater, or at least I'm hoping to continue doing theater. I've been in almost every play and musical my high school has offered, with the one exception being our school's production of The Drowsy Chaperone my junior year, but that was because it sucked, so I didn't want to be in it. I'm hoping to continue pursuing theater at my community college. I hear they have a really great theater program, so hopefully I'll be able to keep doing that there. I also am in choir. I sing in a choir. It's a school choir, and it sucks. A lot of things at my school suck. But I sing tenor, usually, but I can also sing a pretty high alto. For example, at an upcoming event at my school, I'm going to be singing At Last by Etta James. Just at the tippy top of my range. Makes me lightheaded to do it, but it's a beautiful song, and I'm really excited to be singing it. If you can see the Boo plush on top of my bunk bed, that is some of my Mario paraphernalia. I only have that plush and a Luigi, but that's all I need. Honestly, I love Luigi, and I love King Boo. Just that whole part of the series I love, especially Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario is my favorite. I have played that all the way through, and it is just an awesome game. I'm hoping to get better at cooking. I love food. Food's always been a huge part of my life. But speaking of, I'm trying to lose weight, because I'm currently 167 pounds. my weight keeps bouncing up and down because I'm only kind of sticking to the calorie limit that I'm supposed to be on. So, and I don't exercise much. I keep burping. You know, like, I say I don't have time, and I do have time. I just don't wanna, like, because exercising sucks. I used to go to the gym regularly, but, like, when you're a 5'2" transgender man trying to get your sweat on, and you're wearing kind of revealing clothes because you don't want to sweat into, like, a sweatshirt and sweatpants, because that's disgusting, it's miserable. I'm very small, and I'm very curvy, so when I would go to the gym, I would constantly feel like everyone was staring at me, and it would be terrible. And also, showering at the gym, just being in the women's locker room in general, is an experience when you're a man, and no one knows. Because you're surrounded by naked women who, if they knew you were a man, would be horrified that you were there. So I feel like I get this weird feeling like I'm a pervert when I'm in the women's locker room. I mean, like, I'm not there to peep at anybody. In fact, I try to look at the other women as little as possible, because that's the polite thing to do. But it's still not great. I also play video games. I'm a big Nintendo guy. I've never owned any other type of console, mostly because I didn't really care about them. I would try playing Dark Souls. I know I'd be terrible at it, but the aesthetics of the games are really fucking sweet. That brings me to another thing. I love fantasy. My favorite book series is the Elric Saga by Michael Moorcock. Great last name, I know. And if you want to go read it, I'd highly suggest it if you like really grim, dark, violent stuff. Not for the faint of heart. When I've described it to other people, they would be like, oh, kind of like Game of Thrones. But I've never watched or read Game of Thrones, so I'm not sure if that comparison is accurate, especially since it's not, like, one gigantic battle for a big throne, like, sword, chair, thing, whatever. It's not like that. It's kind of more about, like, the inescapable feeling of your own death. I mean, that's how I interpret it. But video games. My favorite video game right now is Splatoon 2, because I actually have a handle for the controls, and I'm pretty good at it. I'm only, like, B rank in all of the ranked modes, but I think I'm good, you know. I think one of the main reasons that I am not at A rank in some of them is because usually my Wi-Fi is crap, so I don't get to, you know, play on good Wi-Fi, so when you lose a match, it lowers your rank, and, like, they count leaving as losing a match, even if it's not your fault that you left, which sucks. But, you know, I understand why they did it that way, so what can you do? I'm gonna get into gardening this summer. Hopefully I'm gonna get to plant some cucumbers in my mom's backyard. And my mom's gonna plant some tomatoes that she's gonna take care of. I do wear glasses, but they're like a really light prescription. I just wear them so that I feel professional most of the time. You know, it makes me look, like, more mature than I am. I'm going to Costa Rica this summer as a present for my graduation. And also, as a present for my graduation, I am going to get a tattoo. Hell yeah, baby. I'm hopefully going to get it on this forearm. That's my right forearm. My camera flips everything. So, that's where it is. I'm hopefully going to get a sword with a rose on it. And I have commissioned one of my friends. I don't know if they want me to say who they are. Not that anyone's going to watch this, but I'm not going to say who it is just in case they don't want a promotion from some twink on the internet. I'm currently in the process of packing up my room to go to my mom's house. The only reason it looks remotely clean is because I have my laptop on my desk and it kind of has just the right angle where you can't see any of the mess. Like, my floor has like shoes all over it and my backpack and my knitting bag. My desk is just, it's not good. Got covered in like candles and matches and all that. Can't drive. I failed my driver's test 3 times. I don't really want to retake the test because I hate it a lot. I wish I could just be able to drive without taking the test. But, we can't always have what we want, you know. But, I'll get there. I'm making today's video because I started puberty blockers today. Most of my appointment today at the doctor's was just them talking about, this is what it will do, this is what is going to happen when you get testosterone, and I think since I said this was going to be an educational thing, I should probably say what those things are. So, because I am female to male, when I take my puberty blockers, it's going to stop my period. The doctor said that I'm probably going to have one really big, really terrible period that's gonna, like, make me really angry, within 7 to 10 days, and I was already, like, about to start my period anyway, so I don't know if that's gonna change how many periods I have, but hopefully it won't. The shot that I got was Lupton, I think was the name of it. Not lupus, Lupton. And it will last me about 4 months, and unfortunately the shot goes right into your butt. Yeah, they say it's like because it's the largest muscle, it doesn't really go right into the butt cheek. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it's kind of like where like your spine kind of curves to go into your butt, like that area right there. Like, when the doctor was going to inject the needle into me, she kept saying, like, "Oh, you're getting a job this summer. What kind of job do you want?"
I'm not picky, just something part-time, I guess.
"Oh, so what are your interests?" And I had to tell her that I wasn't holding up very good conversation because I'm terrified of needles. What I didn't say is that I am terrified of doctors' offices and hospitals and doctors as well. Because I didn't think she needed to know that, you know. It was just a fraught situation. A situation fraught with anxiety, more like, and I just, but she was like, "Oh, alright, we don't have to talk," and I was like, "Just tell me when you're gonna stick it in," and that was, and it didn't hurt very much. Like, after she had put it in, I hadn't realized that she had actually done it. She didn't actually tell me when she was putting in, she just said to take a deep breath. But, you know, like, it didn't matter. I probably would have tensed up if she had told me, honestly. So, apparently the needle was huge, but I couldn't see it because it was going into my butt. So that's an upside. My next step is I'm going to be taking testosterone once I get back from my trip to Costa Rica this summer. And I'm going to have the doctor teach me how to inject it into me. Apparently, it's a subcutaneous injection, which means they inject it just under the skin. What I learned in anatomy and physiology is actually coming in handy. Yeah, that's amazing. Apparently the needle for that is much smaller, and that will probably help. And I'm hoping that with the injection thing, it will, make it, I make my fear of needles less, since I'm going to be injecting myself once every week with testosterone. So my other options that I could have gone with were taking a gel that you put onto your hand and then rub onto your shoulders. But the risk of that is cross-contamination, like you put the testosterone on your hand, forget to wash it, and then you touch like a cat or something, and then that cat has testosterone gel on it. I don't know whether or not it's toxic to cats, but I wouldn't like to try or find out. That seems bad. And I asked the doctor, couldn't you just put on a glove and then apply it? Neither of the two different doctors in the room could answer whether or not that would help. They just didn't know. I guess they haven't tried, or they just don't know a doctor that's tried. My third option that I could have gone with was a patch that you put on your chest. I don't know if you can only put it on your chest, but that's the motion that the doctor did. So I'm guessing that's the usual place where they put it. But the only trans men that the doctor has given the patch to have both switched to, not both, but all, I don't know why I assumed it was only two, have all switched to a different method because the skin patch was, like, really irritating. So, that's why I didn't go with that one, because I don't know if I have especially sensitive skin. I haven't really broke out in a rash ever, but so that's why I went with the injection. And I talked to my doctor and I said if I couldn't handle injecting myself with a needle, I was going to switch to the gel. Maybe then I'll find out if gloves will work. I've also heard from hearsay that there are testosterone pills. I've also heard that the gel and the patch are slower, but I forgot to ask about that, and the doctors didn't really say anything that would imply that. So, I don't know. I think that's about it for this video. Hopefully I'm going to be updating weekly. I'm going to be considering this the whateverly update series, you know. I don't want to pressure myself to update on a certain schedule, because then I would, like, if I didn't update on that schedule, I would just, like, freak out, and then I'd get upset with myself, and then I would never update the series, which would be bad for me, because I wanted to do this so I could watch myself transition. But, you know, it would also be bad for whoever else is keeping up with this, I guess. Maybe I'll get famous from this. I doubt it. I don't have anyone who could hook me up with a butt ton of subscribers. But it'd be nice, you know. Anyways, I'm Fred Oddchamp. This is Fred to Mail, and I'll catch you next week.